tell us, from what Soren was saying, can you tell us what Roskilde Rising has done for you this week at Roskilde Festival?
Well, this week, first of all, they've set up a lot of interviews with the magazines, and they've helped us establish the contact with all of these press media people, and also we've got a lot of mention on the website. They shot the concert. They've done videos with us to promote it on their own website. So
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, because what we also do is that Roskilde Festival is based on the work of our 30,000 volunteers. What we did for Roskilde Rising is that we asked about 15 people who all have backgrounds on the Danish music scene, and we asked them if they wanted to come and work with these 24 bands. So these volunteers sort of divided all the bands between them, and Nelson Can, you were stuck with not stuck with you got to work with Tommy and Mette, who work at another venue in Denmark called Godset in Kolding, which is in Jutland.
Okay.
And so they have an incredible amount of experience working with upcoming music, and I think sort of from a Roskilde Rising perspective, is that one of the things that Tommy and Mette could do for Nelson Can was to help them in all different sorts of ways. I mean, you could probably say more about how you've worked with Tommy and Mette.
Well, we've talked about visual expression and like things you need to focus a lot on when you're an upcoming band. What is important? What do people look at? What are do's and don'ts? Don't do this on stage. Please do that on stage. That was really good. And like they'll go and see our concerts and they'll be like, "Oh, Sina, when you jumped on the floor and like fell on the floor and just kept lying there, that was really cool. Do it again." They'll comment on our shows because that's what we've been needing. We're quite new band.
We've only done so much for us.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been brilliant working with those people. Yeah. It's Mette and Tommy is like, I don't know. It's the wrong thing to say, but it's like it's kind of like it's our parents in a way. Just in this. Yeah, I don't know. I just really they're so good.
We've only been playing live for 6 months actually. Less than 6 months. 6 months and a couple of days.
But can you just tell us what? Sorry, I beg your pardon. Tell us what your sound is before, so people know what your sound is like.
We've been compared to bands like Yes, the White Stripes. We're very inspired by the gossip. We like soul music and soul like vocals into rock, and then it's extremely simple. We only have drum and bass and percussion in the band. So
you were saying about your live.
Like there's a lot of things that needs to like be absolutely perfect in order to make it work with such a simple setup, and since we've only been playing live for 6 months, of course it's wonderful to have people like Mette and Tommy to be like, "Oh, that was perfect, keep doing that," like when you do something new. So that was a big help. It's a big help having them.
And that's also one of the things, one of our goals with Roskilde Rising is that take a band like Nelson Can, who are relatively young, and see if we can help them, because I mean we sort of want to grow our own talents, if that makes any sense. I mean, it would be a dream come true for Roskilde Rising to be able to have Nelson Can play the main Orange stage in 5 years. 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I mean, even though Roskilde Rising is not yet the type of project who goes in and tells Nelson Can, in order for you to be completely successful, you need to fire the drummer, lose the saxophone, dress more like Lady Gaga. That's not what we do. Perhaps that's what Tommy and Mette will do, but officially that's not what Roskilde Rising is about. What we do is supply these bands with opportunity to interact with audiences and sort of make good use of the amount of expertise and hard work that our volunteers put into this project.
Well, one thing that's also very important about these volunteers like Mette and Tommy is that they adjust, like every band get different counselors, or what do you call it? And maybe a band like Helsinki Poetry wouldn't have needed advice like and help like the way we did. What's very important about this whole project is that it's individualized, so every band get the help they need, and that is fantastic. Yes, and also they help us like do events or create videos or ways to interact with the audience and make them involved in what we do. We had a competition where you could win actually a ticket here to Roskilde.
You had the competition.
Yes, we made it.
And what was the what did you have to do?
Well, you had to name something after Nelson Can,
Oh, really?
and it could be
And
anything.
videotape it, yeah.
And videotape it, and the best one, the craziest one, would win a ticket to the festival. So the person who won, he named
Every single person on the street, Nelson Can actually, he ran away over to like the door phones and just put Nelson Can over everybody's name
and he put cans. He put his own cans in the supermarket with the label saying Nelson Can, stuff like that.
How fantastic.